All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? We have a very fun treat today because a bunch of y'all were all on the Skycoach Conductor when the season started, or in the preseason, I should say. And one of them actually cracked into the top 8 of a mid-go challenge. So let's see what this deck actually does using this conductor, because it looks like a lot of fun. So starting at the top, it does have a fair amount of flyers, so you are able to take advantage of Momo, which is actually pretty cool. Nothing wrong with that. We do have some Nurturing Pixie, one of those flyers in particular, but this lets us pick up and replay things. Seam Rip to remove some early creatures, as well as Springleaf Drum to give us some extra mana. Some Get Lost, just because we need removal. A couple of Detect Intrusion, which isn't bad if you don't mind bouncing your own stuff. It actually gives you a couple of different uses. One of the reasons is Cosmic Grand Zenith, so you can play a second thing and trigger this, which we'll want to do a lot. Halaya, Guided by Light, just a couple copies, but it does let you draw cards, which is great. Also, Sage of the Skies wants you to be able to play multiple things, so you can get another copy. And then Skycoach Conductor. If you don't know what this is a 3 mana 2/3. It does have Flying, Flash, and Vigilance. Lots of abilities there for 3 mana. But then, for 1 blue, it gives you an instant that you can exile. Target non-pilot creature you control, then return that creature to the battlefield under its owner's control. The cool part about this is you can use this to protect something from a removal spell. You can use it to trigger a second thing, maybe get some life if you want to do that. Reset a card for some reason that maybe has counters on it. Like, there's a few different things you could do with this card. So, be interesting to see how it plays out in this game. There are some things, though, like Starfield Shepherd, that you could actually blink this and then not have to return it to your hand with Warp, which also means same thing applies to the Quantum Riddler. So no surprise there. And then a bunch of Abandoned Air Temple to give some of our smaller creatures or those tokens we make from the Cosmic Grand Zenith a little bit bigger. So yeah, if y'all haven't checked it out yet, want to buy this deck or anything else, be sure to check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. It's toamagic.com. And the reason you'll want to do that is you can save 5% on everything you buy over on their website if you just use my code DRAGON. It's DRAGN. But all right, that bit of business is done. Let's go see how this holds up on the ladder with this Skycoach Conductor and a bunch of blink effects. Well, when you draw all the 3 mana things, I'm pretty sure that's bad. All right, this is probably better. Let's keep this. Oh. I'm probably with this hand supposed to put back Pixie and keep a Starfield Shepherd. So let's try that. All right, well, Momo on board. Nothing, huh? I mean, sure. See what they do about it. Nothing is apparently the answer. All right, I think here we get a Nurturing Pixie. And then we'll just bounce the Starfield Shepherd and pump Momo a second time. Oh, looks like they want to bounce our Momo. That's fair. We're okay with that. Don't hate that, really. Oh, Repurposing Bay. That's not what we like to see. However, we can play Momo into Sage of the Skies. All right, go attacking. All right, let's see what you got, opponent. Usually they have white mana and they're looking to play Synthesizer. I don't think we've seen anything with Repurposing Bay. Oh, so you're just playing other artifacts that aren't that. Okay. Well, that's a thing to note. I guess we play Cosmic Grand Zenith. Play Seam Rip. Pump our team. Try to get rid of the operator, which we do. Like, bounce what you want to bounce. Sure. You get a blocker. Oh, actually, you don't. I can't even block. This blocks nothing? I thought they just blocked flyers. Okay, so they could have blocked something with flying if they wanted to. They just chose not to block. Okay, so they do have Synthesizer. Weird. I don't think we've seen mono blue. Maybe they're just missing white mana. But I don't think so because there's spell choice. I think we've just not seen this version of Synthesizer, which is kind of wild. All right, well, we'll just seam rip a token. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, y'all let me know. Is this a thing? I've never seen this version of the deck before. That's just mono blue Synthesizer. It might be solid. I have no idea. Maybe we just got a good draw against it. But yeah, I would think the blue-white version's better. But hey, maybe it's a budget choice or something. I don't know. We could turn 1 Springleaf Drum, turn 2 Starfield Shepherd to go find something and play it. All right, we'll try that. I don't know if that's good. It's probably not. Oh, never mind. We found a turn 1 Momo. That's actually cooler. Oh, our Momo's dead, isn't it? Or maybe not. I don't know what the opponent's going to do here. Maybe this is one of the cases where they're deciding to advance their plan or try to hinder our plan. All right. That's what it was. Also good to have that information, and we drew the Skycoach Conductor. All right. So, we could play Springleaf Drum, play Starfield Shepherd. Then, yeah. All right. So let's drum. Shepherd. With the warp, since it costs 1 less. We'll go get probably just a Pixie. And then we will tap the Shepherd, play the Pixie, pick up the Shepherd, attack for 3. All right. That's something. I don't know how good it is, but it's something. Let's see what they do. We need a land, really, is what we want. So that we could play Zenith into the Shepherd would probably be our best bet. Or really any combination of 2. We could Sage into Skycoach or whatever. There's a bunch of options, but we kind of want that extra land, which we did not get. So that is unfortunate. So now we have some thinking to do. I guess we could Shepherd. Well, the problem is we Shepherd first and then get a Plains, but that doesn't solve our problem. We could just get a bigger Momo and attack, I guess. That's not nothing. So what if we go Shepherd? And we get another Pixie. Second Shepherd. Gets Plains. Oh, because it's only the first one's going to be cheaper. Oh. Never mind. Never mind, never mind. I messed up. All right, well, I guess this is just what we're doing, and we'll just leave up the Detect Intrusion. Seems fine. I would trade the Momo here. All right. For some reason, my brain for a second went to all my flyers are cheaper, but it's just the first flyer you play each turn is cheaper. So I should have got the Plains with the first one, was the problem. Then I could have played something else to follow up. But I didn't, and I get punished for it. Alright, this is weird. Because then I have to bounce the Momo anyway. But sure. It's probably worth it based on our hand texture. Like, I hate it, but it's probably right. I could have bounced a Pixie, but nah, it's fine. I'd rather just have the 2-2 already out there. Alright, you got it. Now, I will say this. There are some interesting ways that we could prevent the opponent from gaining life if we had a second blue. Because then we could block, bounce a Pixie, keep bouncing our Conductor, and they would never be able to gain life. Which is a fun trick, but not really what we're aiming for right now. And then I think we just go Sage, right? No attacks. I also could have went, I guess, Cosmogran Zenith into Momo. Also could have worked, and then I could have just pumped my Pixies, which might have been smarter, actually. So I should have considered that as an option, because that could have been a real thing. Ooh, Seam Rip. That's fun. Doesn't really get rid of much. I guess it gets rid of their Lunar Convocation, which I can't say is completely bad. Tap the Cosmogran Zenith since it can't block anyway. Pump a bunch of duders. Get rid of this. And I think just attack with 3/4s. Alright. Damage. Damage. Nope. Just lane. Darn it. We at least got our counter, especially considering I played the previous turn backwards, I think. Granted, nothing wrong with getting the double Sage of this guys, obviously, but not the necessarily best thing. Alright. Well, we're both playing a life gain situation. We're not too worried about that. Like, opponent attacks, we block. Granted, they could attack and trigger a bunch of times next time, but we can also put them in a situation. Well, I guess the Starscape clerics don't even block. So that's a real thing. That's weird. The music on this map just stopped. I don't know what that's about. I don't think like it's like the game went tense moment, bum bum, and then the music just went away, which is wild. I've never seen that happen. Okay. Well, I don't think we really need. Oh, the music's back now. I don't think we need Skycoach Conductor. So I think what we're going to do is just use that. I'm going to get another Pixie, I believe. We're going to Seam Rip. Pump our team. Get rid of one of these Starscape clerics. Just so no shenanigans happen next turn. We'll get another pump on a Momo. Returning the Shepherd. And looks like we're attacking with everything, I imagine, right? They're at 13. You kind of have to block, so sure. I mean, you block 3 of them and still take 12? That's the only way they're alive. And then they'll gain 4, so they'd be at 5 when it's all said and done. But they have to block 3 things. Yep, that works great. All right. Yeah, we're not too worried about a Seam Rip. Get my Momo, I guess. I mean, they could Seam Rip a Seam Rip if they want to play that game. And then... yeah, that's not going to do it. Yeah. Sure. You know what? I'm going to block just because. Excellent. We'll keep this. Look what we found. A good old Quantum Riddler. All right. Momo on the field. Whether we get to keep a Momo or not, different story. But it's out there for now. Okay, what do we want to try to get away with? Riddler to get a card? Or Shepherd to get a creature? I think we go Riddler into a card. So let's Riddler. That's not bad to have. Bounce the Riddler, attack for 3. Get in there, Momo. Clay-fired bricks. You got it. So this says to me, this is one of those decks we don't like with Synthesizer. So we're going to probably Sage of the Skies this turn. Oh, we can't, though, and get 2 things. Oh, that sucks. Because I could do this for 1, but then I need 3 mana. I guess I could get a Plains and then do this. So let's... No, because I played a land for the turn, didn't I? Yeah, I just played a Plains. Darn it. Oh, is there any way we could take advantage of this situation? I don't know that there is. God, that sucks. I think the best thing we could do is probably just play Starfield Shepherd. Get a Pixie. Just so that we can... I don't even know if we do that. I think we just wait. Yeah. It's kind of rough, but I think that's the right answer. Pass the turn. It also looks like maybe we could be leaving up a counter or something, but they'll just make their play. It's probably Unified Battlefront or something. Okay, so they did have the Star Cage. So we actually got the best outcome there. So that was good. Could have been much worse. So, is this where we just Pixie and Sage? Man, what I wouldn't give for a Cosmogran Zenith next turn. Alright, so we only lose the Pixie. Fantastic. So holding on to our cards and playing them the way we did was correct. Because that allowed us to get the 2 Sages this turn. If we'd have done it differently, we'd have been cooked. Alright, on blue. Are we just going to Starfield Shepherd? Or are we going to... I think we go Riddler. I don't think they're playing a real sweeper. Maybe I'm wrong. Doesn't do anything here. Alright. The good news in this matchup is we have all flyers. So the tokens they make tend to be grounded. They do have a land they could turn into a creature, but if they're doing that, that means they're generally not doing much else. We can also put counters on all of our stuff next turn. Alright, there goes the Quantum Riddler, I'm assuming. Yep. And Repurposing Bay. Unfortunately, Repurposing Bay costs Tray, so that doesn't help us out. But we can Zenith, Springleaf Drum, put counters on things just to speed up the clock, and end the turn. And then if not, we have to do it the hard way with Starfield Shepherds. Okay, not worried about that. Though they can sack it and tap something. Okay, they're spending mana. Go get a Synthesizer, I assume? But I'm not sure what their best bet would be here. To synthesizer into, like, saw blades, kill one of our creatures, but then we still have lethal with our land? Or with Zenith itself? We should be good here. Yep. Alright, cool. Yeah, I can't keep that. Oof. This isn't much better. Alright. Well, this is one of those points where you just have to look and say, we were probably due for a loss. This is probably where it's going to happen. Yep, you got it. Oh my gosh, that couldn't have been worse. Alright, well, we'll just do what we can do. Don't even think we want to land here. I'm just going to take... Actually, do we take Momo? Can Momo into Sage of the Skies next turn, I guess. Alright. That's assuming it doesn't get taken from our hand or whatever. I mean, there's a lot that still has to go right. Okay. Well, looks like the opponent's a little stuck on mana. Well, we were stuck on spells, so that's a benefit, I suppose. Almost messed up and played the Abandoned Air Temple, but we don't have any basic lands at the moment. So let's... Momo. Which, they probably have a kill spell, but we still get to resolve the Sage of the Skies regardless. So we'll lose Momo here to probably Requiting Hex. Yeah. And I have to assume, if you didn't keep anything with lands, they have to be like removal spells or some things that are very active. Otherwise, why would we be doing this? Okay, there's Badgermole Cub. They must have just drawn that. Furtic Core. Sure, you got it. And they had to shoot the Sheriff. Wow. Opponent's hand was loaded. Okay, well... It's not great. Do I Starfield Shepherd? Golly. I don't even think I'm supposed to play it. I'm going to pass. Because bouncing our token doesn't do any good to the Detect Intrusion. We'd rather just cast it. Oh, Dalian fell. That sucks.
Follow my instructions, and you might survive.
Okay. Well, GG's. We're just dead now. Yeah, it's too little too late. I mean, we'll keep playing it out, but I don't have high hopes here. But I knew it. Our opening hand was pretty slow, and like I said, we were due for a loss, so things happen. Can't be that upset by it. Yep. Hopefully that's not something that gets rid of a Starfield Shepherd. Looks like it is, though. Nope. Okay, they're just going to get a good attack in. Respect. Nope. They're also going to get rid of our Starfield Shepherd. No, just play another Furtic Core. All right. Well, that's going to be a problem. Sure. Let's see. Go attacking into... Oh, I bet you have another one, don't you? Yeah, that's going to be really unfortunate. Alright. Play a Momo. Play a Starfield Shepherd for full price, so we at least have another body to block with. Get Nurturing Pixie. In the turn. I mean, we're just trying our best right now. I don't know what else we can do. Getting all the mana. Get them a Furtic Core and get all the mana. Unfortunately, this is for triggered abilities, not activated abilities, so that's disappointing. Yep. I mean, the game's basically over next turn, but Still got to go through the motions. There is a chance, though, if we find... Nope, I was going to say, if we found a Cosmogran Zenith, we could have done something. But here, not so much. I guess we can Pixie... Bounce. Oh, I should have attacked first. Not that it's going to matter. This game's already over. I can get another Pixie and just play it to chump block, I guess. Does it matter? Nah, it doesn't really matter if I get Momo. I mean, we lose to a bunch of cards right now. Submit 0. All right. Yep. Okay, these are blocking. Oh, gonna kill a token or a creature. Yeah, if they could do that, I would have just killed a creature anyway and attacked with everything. Like, I was only at 5. I mean, that's something, I guess. I mean, do what we can do. I really thought this game was over about 4 turns ago. Like, I have zero clue how we're still playing Magic right now. All right, the opponent drew land. I mean, I guess that just means they get to not draw land the next couple turns, but... No, if we could even found a creature there. Oh. That's tough. You realize after our opening hand, I think every creature we drew was because we went and searched for it. Maybe once. No, I think we actually searched for those. Oh, that's tough. All right, opponent, you get a win. Unfortunately, we didn't naturally draw creatures. That's tough. What a way. If we could have found even one body, I think we could have found a way to get back in this. This would have been a great time to draw the Skycoach, because then we could have flashed it in, block, have a spell to keep it from dying, see if we can get something else, then have a spell to protect the creature, but no such luck. Okay, this looks like standard business for the most part. Momo, do you survive? Looks like the answer is yes. So, Springleaf Drum into Sage? Alright. They have the ability to do something. There was a weird pause there. It might have a road or some such. But if so, alright. Uh-huh. What'd I tell you? I feel like we need one basic island in here, too. 4 situations just like that where we could search for stuff. High Noon. Weird, I have to play these in the wrong order. That sucks. Play a land so I can play my Cosmogran Zenith. And attack. So this is just blue-white control. That was planning to live behind the High Noon. Aang wants to bounce a token. I think we just let Aang bounce a token. We want to keep this for sweepers or other things, obviously. Now the question is just, do we hold on to Halaya? Till we can play 2 spells. I think we do. I think we just pass. They may not actually. This might just be the, like, counter your stuff, make you pay extra, blah, blah, whatever deck. Yeah, I think that's all this is. So they're not actually playing a bunch of sweepers in this pile, if I were guessing. What if... Alright, let's go Halaya. This is where they're probably going to play the bird that puts it into exile or whatever. No, they didn't. All right. I guess we just end the turn. Yep, that's the thing that happens. Lots of cards for them incoming. I think I know, like, when we get to the end of the video, I do want to talk about this deck a little bit because I'm noticing something right now. Like, we don't have a lot of blue sources. And that has been a little bit of a constraining factor a couple of times. I guess we're going to counter it. I'm just trying to decide what I want to tap. Because I could return Momo. They get a card. Then I could cast Momo and something next turn to trigger the Zenith. So I might do that. They'll get to draw a card, but I think it's fine. And we'll get some life and, you know, all that. So it's okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you'll give me the opportunity, I suppose we'd do that. I mean, I'd rather them not have a blocker, so sure. That worked. Oh, and that's right on time. Look at that. Hey, Momo. Into a Quantum Riddler. And I think here we're just going to make a bunch of 1/1s. Try to go wide. Excellent. And we drew a Skycoach. Fun. Because if they bounce the Riddler, we're not even mad. Sure. You got it. Oh, this is intriguing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll only leave me 2. Flash and a Skycoach. All right, I think we just take our chances with the next turn. I could have just went and searched for a thing, which I probably should have, but it's mostly fine. All right, Interrupter works. And they have no more white mana. So that's good to know. Do we do anything else? Probably not. Let's just pass the turn. Yep, you have a Flood Pit Drowner. Tapping a flyer. You got it. I assume they're going to return some things to our hand on this turn. No, Voice of Victory, sure. We don't have too much to play on their turn as it is. I mean, I'll block. You're going to spend the mana to return my Skycoach anyway. Exactly. We all knew what was going on. And isn't that fun? That's a thing we could do. All right. Wasn't expecting that to work. This is weird. Like, what do we want to get rid of? Because we don't greatly care about Voice of Victory. But I guess if we get rid of the Interrupter... All right. Make 2 guys. Oh, they have their own Skycoach. Sure, that's fine. You got it. Makes sense that they're playing Skycoach as well. Because blinking like Aang and stuff has its own benefits. Like, that's a fun little thing, actually. You could blink Aang to return your Sky... Well, that doesn't do anything, because then you're just in a Skycoach Aang loop. That doesn't really achieve anything. No, so they're going to flip Aang, is what they want to do. Sure. Seems reasonable, I guess? I mean, I'd block, I'd double block. So right now I'd be taking 8. Actually, this tramples, right? Yeah, all right. So I take 8, gain 4. I mean, seems okay. They get to draw some cards, which is relevant. They could also get rid of a token, I guess, because it doesn't have to be one you control, right? Oh, they're going to bounce Aang. All right. Yeah, sure. You got it. So they get 1 less card. And we still get 4 life. Like, yeah, that's feels like a good exchange for us. I'm not mad at that. That feels like as good an outcome as that could have been, actually. That's great. And then we'll, for 1 mana, and I'll get 2 cards. Pump everybody. Hell yeah. Now we're kind of just doing the thing. Let's... I guess I could just play another Riddler. Sure. Tap this token that's doing nothing with all the flyers. All right, and we're able to play 2 spells next turn. Love it. All right, opponent's at 9. We're not in bad shape. I mean, they could have another Avatar's Wrath, which we're probably going to see. But even if you do, we're at 18. We could automatically rebuild our board, so I'm not upset at this. Okay, so they're just going to flip another Aang. I guess they figured the cards are worth it. I don't know. Actually, I'd say we just give them a card, right? Like, do we care about anything else? Sure. Not sure what they're going to have with 3 mana unless they're looking for another land to be able to Avatar's Wrath, but we don't even really care about that. Yeah, just go to the attack step. No real need for us to do anything here. If you block that, that'd be 4/7. I guess everybody's got to get in the pool, huh? All right. We can also still pump our creatures. So even if they have an Aang to bounce something or whatever, we're fine. Oh, even interrupters, sure. That's even less of a problem. All right, that'll do it. All right, all right. Yeah, that was a little crazy. Opponent felt like they did everything they wanted to do. We saw multiple Aang triggers. We flipped Aang to the back a couple of times. You know, they had us under Aven Interrupter pseudo lock. I mean, maybe we got a little lucky because we were able to get rid of the high noon so quickly. If not, I think that could have went bad for us. But, you know, solid win against a good deck. Yeah, so credit where it's due. First off, this was played by Keiko for rare, so we want to get that in there. And it was played in best of 3, so it does have a sideboard. It was built for best of 3. We played it in best of 1, obviously. Just for those of you that are new here may not understand that. Yeah, so I would like to have at least 1 blue mana, just island that we could search for. Because I felt like there were times just like, man, I could play the conductor, but then I don't have a blue mana open to do the other thing, right? Or I have this Riddler, but I can't really get it down on the battlefield, or I can't like Riddler and play the Detect Intrusion. Don't know if the 1 island makes that much of a difference. Maybe we're supposed to just do something like an extra multiversal passage since we have ways to gain life anyway. Part of the issue is the deck doesn't have a lot of lands. I believe we're playing 21, right? 8, 15, and 6. Yeah, so only 21 lands. So not a lot, but the deck is fairly cheap and you do have Springleaf Drum. Now, unfortunately, we didn't really get to see much from Skycoach Conductor, right? I think we only cast it in one game, maybe two, maybe one where it was already over. But we did only lose one game in this set of games. So the deck's really good, even if you don't get to cast the Skycoach Conductor. But I do think that I do see the reasons and the things you can do with this card if it's in the deck, right? Even being able to instant speed some tokens where you could like flash it in, play the all aboard, trigger your Zenith, you know, whatever. So there's a bunch of stuff you could still do with it, which I think could be very valuable. So I don't want to discount that. Also, even if you need to save something like save your Pixie, it comes back into play, you return something else, right? There's some little quirky plays you could get from that. But yeah, overall, I would say this deck's still very good. I just wish we would have got to see Skycoach Conductor more. I just wasn't good at drawing it today. And I will say this, the one loss we had was in a situation where had we even drawn a creature at the end of the game instead of just a bunch of lands, we maybe would have won that one too, surprisingly. But overall, this is a good deck. It's already proven itself, and we found a home for Skycoach Conductor. However, if you are playing the mono-white Flash deck, whatever we're calling that we played against in that last matchup, that can use Skycoach Conductor too. So there's at least 2 spots we found where the card is at least useful. Now, is it better than doing everything else the decks can do? I think that still remains to be seen. But if you want to play Skycoach, this list will be up over on Moxfield for you, so you can give it a go and try it for yourself. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.